Welcome back to BSR TV from Brands Hatch in the United Kingdom. There are 2 races left of Season 8 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship with Engine Oil Direct. Andrew Woodhouse, Alex Simpson, Adam Bath here. And Adam, what a storming first race that was, and what an amazing finish.
Yeah, pretty crazy finish. I think that one will go down in the history books. Let's quickly run you through the grid as we are now on the grid for the second race. Matthew Owen on pole position, Benjamin Haxon in second, Robert Plumley in third, Jay Wright in fourth, Julian Janowski in fifth, Ashley Blakehood in sixth, Stephen Burke seventh, Daniel Kraft eighth, Ben Palmer ninth, Pete Newman 10th, 11th Stelian Chepelewski, 12th Steve Walker, 13th Daniel Hunt, 14th Russell Layla, 15th David Baker, 16th our race winner Andreas Katz, and we're ready to go for race 2, Andrew.
Simon Field in 32nd, he's got a mountain to climb. Now the green light is on for Matthew Owen. Got a reasonable start, but then he got bogged down in the second phase. And into the first corner, Owen's very sideways, off goes Robert Plumley, is it? But he's through into the lead.
And who's that alongside?
Hackerson
into the lead now. Plumley round the outside. Everyone trying to keep it going through Druids, and
they largely have, I think, Alex, and miraculously. Oh, off goes Hackerson. And Graham Hill bent the cold tyres, and round is one of the ABR cars.
Traffic jam. I don't know whether the yellow will be thrown, and it has. Safety car thrown, and Robert Plumley was just leading as the yellow was thrown, so he's the leader.
There's an ABR car on its side back there, Alex. I don't know if you can find out who that is.
Yeah, I did see
Jay
that
Wright.
up there.
Was Jay Wright?
Yeah, it's recovered. He's recovered it now. He's on all fours.
He's on his side for ages there.
The car is a right mess. Look at him grabbing all over the place. I think he'll try and get it back to the pits, but I'm not sure he's going to succeed.
I was looking at that incident, and
Field was involved.
Oh, he's having a mare out there. We'll get the camera off him. He'll just be embarrassed with that one, I'm sure.
There were only 2 cars that actually, well, 3 cars I think, that crashed in that incident, and safety car was brought out. I think that was the right decision, though, to neutralise the race. Adam, it's one of those tracks, Brands Hatch, isn't it? Somebody crashes in front of you, and you can just all pile up, can't it?
Yeah, and Paul Simon Field was unfortunately involved in that. He does go for a very wild ride from what I've just been looking at on the replay. He goes across the rallycross circuit, desperate to avoid everything, and then unfortunately gets thrown back into the pack and involved in a huge incident. So Simon Field, that's his championship over. Where's Andreas Katz? He started 16th on the grid, and he is currently sitting 14th, so he's gained 2 spots. Hang on, I'm just waiting for my time screen to refresh. 13th place, in fact, so he's gained 3 spots since the lights went green, and with Field languishing down the order, that will do it for him at the moment.
David Baker, Alex, as he usually does, has gained 6 places on that chaotic start.
Yeah, looks like he might be able to hold on to that second, or regain that second place. Who knows? But Katz obviously sat there in 13th place as well, just where he needs to be. Doesn't need to push anything at this point.
So let's run you through the order as they came across the line to complete the first lap. We're under safety car. Robert Plumley leads, Benjamin Hackerson in second, Stephen Burke in third. 4th place at the moment is Ben Palmer, so Ben Palmer going from 9th to 4th. Daniel Kraft in 5th from 8th on the grid. Pete Newman 6th from 10th. Ashley Blakehood currently sitting 7th, 8th Daniel Hunt, 9th David Baker, 10th Steve Walker. So that's your top 10 at the moment?
Yeah, and a note as well that, remember last season at Brands Hatch, it was Stefan Hoog's championship that came crashing down in spectacular fashion, Adam, and 2 seasons ago, and this time it's happened for Simon Field, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's usually race 2 where we see the second place guy fall down. In season 5, that's what happened to Jamie Rushworth and Wojciech Savidovic. That's what ended their championship and allowed Adeko Lopez to take the victory. Season 6, it was Stefan Hoog, as you were saying, in race 2 that had an incident and meant that he lost the championship. And then season 7, I don't think we ended at Brands Hatch. No, we ended at Alton Park. David Baker took the title there. So season 8, in race 2, Simon Field's involved in a crash, and surely it means now that Andreas Katz will be the champion as long as he keeps the car going over the next 12 laps or so.
Yeah, indeed, and he will be a very deserving champion, Alex, when he does win this title.
Absolutely, without a doubt. He's been very competitive over the last 3 or 4 seasons that I've been covering this, even when he's just turned up doing the odd race here and there. So Couldn't think of a better winner actually this season. Just been very dominant. The guy who's picked up the most wins and very consistent. I think he's only had a couple of bad races off my memory.
And I believe, Adam, he now joins Jamie Rushworth as a two-time champion, is it? Ellis Stevens as well.
Ellis Stevens won season 1 and 2, yes, and Andreas Katz, if he wins the title here tonight, will be champion of season 3 and season 8. So only the second repeat winner in the championship. So that'll be an interesting statistic as we head into the Pro Series next season.
Speaking of Ellis Stevens, he started 27th up to 18th place, so he's made a very good start today. But you mentioned those names: Savidovic, Rushworth, and also Chepelevsky, and those guys are going to be back next season, Adam, in this championship's new guise as the BSRTC Pro Series, which is going to be a mammoth campaign, 99 races, of course.
Yeah, 99 races, and it'll be amazing to see who will take the championship after that. Such a long season, and so many variables to throw in, such as team races and involving driver swaps as well. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how that would play out. Lights are off on top of the safety car, and in half a lap's time, we'll be back to green flag conditions. I cannot call who's going to win this race. However, Robert Plumley, he's out of the top. With Hackerson in second, he's surely be able to get a quick advantage. But Stephen Burke, Ben Palmer, Daniel Crafts, they're all quick drivers as well. So Robert Plumley will definitely have to hold off them for the rest of the race.
We've mentioned that Plumley's in exceptional form. He has been for the last six weeks or so, but he's got a fight on his hands here. Especially Hackerson, Burke, Palmer, Kraft, Newman, Blake Hood, Dan Hunt, David Baker, Russell Laidler. They're all queuing up behind, and some very quick drivers. But Plumley, Alex, has been as quick as anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've clear track ahead of him. We're not sure what happened in the last race, but he was fighting through quite well up to 9th place, and I think he'll be pretty good as he drops the hammer here. And
as he timed it well.
Yeah,
he's timed it much better than
perfectly.
He's timed it much better than Flanagan at Donington, Alex.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Jim didn't have the best of times. Hasn't had the best time so far, but he's up in 14th place in this race. Into Paddock Hill Bend then. Start lap 4, and Robert Plumley got a really good jump. Adam, nice restart from him.
Yeah, and Stephen Burke already trying to get past Hackerson, who gets pretty close to Robert Plumley going through Druids. However, that will ruin his exit, and it means that Stephen Burke's going to be right with him. Ben Palmer in line as well as we head through Graham Hill Bend and down towards 30s.
Look at the queue behind Pete Newman. Sorry to put you off there, Adam, but Newman, Blake Hood, Hunt, Baker, Laidler. The 5-car battle there. Baker into 30s, yeah.
And he's through. These two were battling at the end of race 1, rubbing wheels, rubbing door panels as we come out of 30s and heading down Pilgrim's drop down towards Hawthorne Bend. Who's going to get the position? Hunt's got the inside line, but will Baker try and hang it out around the outside? First lapping under green conditions, cold tyres, cold brakes, and David Baker slots back in behind, but he's definitely laying down the marker there for Daniel Hunt.
Yeah, Hawthorne's got the place to go around the outside, and Baker going a little wide there. Actually, may allow Russell Laidler to close in into Westfield, out of Westfield into Dingle Down, and then it's Stirling's Bend onto the back straight. Alex, good overtaking opportunity to clearways?
Yeah, I think so. You get a good, decent enough run. Just have to be a little bit committed into the, just go for the move. But good a place as any on this circuit, I think.
And the Jim Clark curve onto the main straight. Adam, as Pete Newman defending hard from Ashley Blake Hood.
Oh, and whilst that's going on, Stephen Burke's just lost 3rd place onto the gravel, so Stephen Burke down to 4th, and into 3rd place goes Ben Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer's had a massive upshoot in form. We've said that for the last few weeks. Looking very, very quick. Because look at that gaggle in Druids.
Newman got turned sideways.
Yeah, Newman now. There's about 10 or 12 cars behind Pete Newman, but now that Daniel Hunt's managed to actually squeeze through, hasn't he?
Yeah, so he was battling with David Baker a lap ago, and he's definitely been able to make his escape now. Daniel Hunt in 6th place, with those cars only, where's my total scan? Only a second or so ahead. Sorry, 2.8 seconds there, that's quite a way. But even with his quick pace, 10 laps still on the board, I wouldn't be surprised if he could close in on those two and be a true big contender for a podium and not a win.
Yeah, speaking of contenders, Andreas Katz, champion-elect, is 12th at the moment, just keeping out of trouble, it looks like, behind Paul Smith. And
Hackerson off, sorry, Andrew Hackerson off, and Palmer on the outside.
Good move by Ben Palmer in Stirling's Bend, and took a bit of commitment there. Hackerson doing a good job up near the front. Adam, first time we've really seen him up there this season.
Yeah, doing a good job. He managed to hold on to second place for about 2 or so laps, but now surely he's going to be under pressure from the 2 Pete Newman Media cars when we were back here at the Indy circuits before Christmas. Pete Newman Media managed to take a 1-2-3 here in race 3, I do believe, so they'll be trying to get a good result here. 2 cars on the podium, that would be great for their team's championship, as Hackerson once again trying to get past. Oh, he gets hit from Burke, and that will allow Kraft to get alongside his teammate, Andrew. Yeah,
indeed, but I think these two are just focused on the team's points now, as the Drivers' Championship's all but lost. Alex, Lugnuts really benefited, didn't they, in the team's championship in that first race?
Yeah, exactly. That late charge for Baker there as well made I wouldn't say it's made them safe by any means. If Pete Newman can get himself up there and into the top 5 by the end of this race, it could be very very close at the end of this one. And yeah, Baker, Walker, all those people are going to need to step up a little bit.
Oh,
down the inside.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's turned around. Hackerson.
Oh, they managed to survive.
They all
Hackerson's
survived.
got Kraft on the outside. They need to be really
Shinker.
careful. Good awareness from Daniel Kraft. He's noticed that was going down, and he managed to just avoid contact with Hackerson. Hackerson still maintains 3rd place.
How did he do that? I don't know how he was. He was sideways
dear.
a lap ago. And,
He was heading for the wall, wasn't he?
and somehow he managed to save it. Daniel Kraft in 4th place now, as Burke has dropped down to 6th. Daniel Hunt 2 seconds behind at the start of the lap. He's now right with these guys battling for the podium as they come across the line.
Yeah, he is. Daniel Hunt really charging now, and 5th place at the moment.
Into Druids Bend, Daniel Kraft trying to get the podium place away from Hackerson. I don't know whether he gave him a bit of a nudge there, but it's made Hackerson go out wide, and he's through.
Newman's hit Dan Hunt as well. I think Laidler might have made contact with either Baker or Ashley Blake Hood. I wasn't really sure.
Hackerson runs wide again,
sideways.
and Hunt's just trying to get the place in towards Surtees, and Kraft is up into 3rd place.
Hackerson brilliantly round the outside of Surtees. He's going to get a brilliant run, Alex, down the back straight.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's, I think what will be a little bit concerned now is the amount of incident points are clocking up. We've already seen some disqualifications in this week's race meeting, and these guys have been banging doors all over the place.
Hackerson surely will be on the limit of incidents here as we head in towards Westfield Bend. And it's side by side with Hunt and Hackerson as we head down towards Sheen Curve. Oh, and look at this!
3 wide,
Who's that?
and they're banging wheels.
Stephen
It's like
Burke.
a pinball machine in there.
Who's
3 wide, and they've all made it through.
Somehow
Just about.
Stephen Burke, the wonder move there, climbing up
Brilliant.
into 4th place out of nowhere, and Daniel Hunt's been muscled down to 7th.
He has indeed. That's the 2nd time he's lost a couple of positions in this section of the track, as it's Plumley leading from Ben Palmer. Ben Hackerson is 3rd. He's not 3rd anymore, is he? He's down. As the timing and scoring just resets itself, it's actually Daniel Kraft in 3rd now. Steve Burke in 4th. Goodness me. Ben Hackerson 5th. Pete Newman 6th, Dan Hunt 7th, 8th David Baker, 9th Andreas Katz, 10th Russell Laidler, and 11th Ashley Blake Hood. The top 23 drivers are covered by only 18 seconds, Adam. It's a very, very close and well-driven race so far.
In towards Graham Hill Bend, it's Newman versus the number 4 car, that's Daniel Hunt. Newman out wide, a fantastic battle unfolding here. David Baker trying to get in the mix, and who's that? It's Andreas Katz.
Baker's going to go for it. Has he made contact with Newman? Not quite. Round the outside is Katz, who's bidding to become the 2-time champion. He will be doing that after this race. There's only 7 laps to go before he's crowned.
The champion-elect versus the outgoing champion as we head down towards Hawthorne Bend. Katz on the inside, Baker on the outside. Katz late on the brakes, down the inside into Hawthorne. It's a fantastic move by him. He's up into 8th place.
Yeah, Baker, Alex, still giving the room, still driving fairly, even with 2 races to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, just muted myself there. And yeah, great battle actually between these guys, and just all that little battle further up between Hackerson there has really closed this grouping up, and just 2 seconds covering what's this, about 10 cars now?
Oh, yeah, 10 cars, hardly anything between them, and really, like I said, really nicely driven race, and It's good to see the track like this, Alex. Brands Hatch bringing out the best in these guys.
Touches something about Brands actually. We always seem to get fairly decent races through there. It's quite a tight track. I'm not surprised to have seen a caution and safety come out there, but needed to happen. But yeah, each time we come back, it's a great race.
Hackerson through
down the inside,
and Newman trying to gain as well into towards and contact, and they all go off.
That was always going to go wrong for Pete Newman. Far too far back there, and Baker's through the middle. And Laidler's there, and Hackerson's gone a bit wide.
Cat's managed to gain loads from that. He's up into
Newman and Hackerson, door handle to door handle.
No, big crash.
There's a big wreck there.
Newman and Hackerson.
Oh, and off goes Hackerson's got smashed off, and he's tipping over.
Yeah, he's going to be disqualified after that. And Pete Newman's upside down. Nothing he can do about that. That pretty much rules out Pete Newman media, I think, with only 2 cars.
Yeah.
Going to get in sort of like the top 5, I think.
Simon Field is going to score points, but only for 33rd place. You see him there down well at the back. He's just around where Jay Wright is. In fact, he's battling for position with Jay Wright. Not what he expected, Alex, coming into this series, into this race.
No, not at all. Yeah, that's not ideal at all. Just out front though, Robert Plumley still. This is just what he needs. Actually, Blake Hood down in 11th place. Plumley's lap time's pretty competitive. He's about 0.2 of a second slower than Ben Palmer right now, but still, with 5 laps to go, he might just have enough to hold on to this, and this could really spice up the ES Trophy. We'll have to keep an eye on those points. Hopefully, the guys will update those at the end of the race so we can see what that's going to do.
Yeah, the gap, Adam, is 159 points between these two as it stands. So Plumley's going to have to go some to take this away from Ashley Blakehood. But Ben Palmer could definitely do his teammate a favour here if he can get up to Plumley and get through.
Yeah, let's have a look at the lap times between Rob Plumley and Ben Palmer. Last time around, 129.5 for Robert Plumley, our race leader. 129.306 for Ben Palmer. So 0.2 of a second quicker from Palmer. 1.9 seconds is the gap with 4.5 laps still to go. I think that's just a bit too much of a tall feat for Ben Palmer to take the victory away from Robert Plumley. However, Robert Plumley with a victory, that's surely going to help his championship in the AM Trophy no end. After all, you get 100 points for a win, and with Ashley Blakehood down in 10th place, that's surely going to put a dent in Blakehood's lead as we head into the final round.
Still been, regardless, Alex, it's still been a really good season for Robert Plumley. He's taken his first win. He's been on the podium 3 times. It looks like he's going to take another one here. It's a big step, isn't it, to get into the top 10 in the championship?
Yeah, absolutely. Great season. Like you say, he's been in really good form. Just, he's had a win and several podium finishes as well, and some strong results to back it up as well. So yeah, definitely sort of made a name for himself this season, and it'll be interesting to see how he does in the Pro Series next season.
Sorry, go on.
So go on, Andrew, it says medic.
I was going to say...
there's a massive gaggle going on here. Steve Heffer, Paul Smith, Dan Blake, 14th, 15th and 16th. There's a few more cars involved in that as well, but they were all side by side there for a little while.
Ellis still side by side. Going down into Cersei's Bend, and that's the Oculus car around the outside 808. That's Steve Efford as one of the... Is that Smolensky going off? I think it is.
It is.
Smolensky's night just goes from bad to worse as we head down Pilgrim's Drop. Paul Smith trying to get past Steve Efford as we head into Hawthorne's Bend. The Oculus car on the inside line. And who's that in the EOR car going down the inside? Is that Dan Blake? I think it is. Dan Blake trying to get past the Team Carnage car. That is Robert Fagg. So it's all going on here in the midfield, Andrew.
Yeah, Laura Bond closing in on Jim Flanagan ahead as well. Ellis Stevens, nice to see their new white Martini liveried car out there, and maybe a little sign of things to come for the Pro Series, maybe.
Things starting to close up at the moment in the battle for 5th place. Andreas Katz has just been able to get past Daniel Hunt on this lap, and David Baker in 7th place as well. So this could be shaping up to be quite an interesting battle as we go into the final lap, especially as it's between teammates. Into Druids Bend. Lap times last time around at the lead. Robert Plumley was again 0.2 of a second slower. It's 3 laps for him to win this race, and I don't think Ben Palmer's going to be able to close the gap down in time. He's lapping quicker were just not quick enough. Daniel Craft in third, he's got 4/10 of a second advantage over his teammate Stephen Burke, who's run a bit wide through Surtees. He's right with his teammate though as they head down Pilgrim's Drop, as is Daniel Hunt on his teammate Andreas Katz. So quite a few battles still to be resolved. However, as they are teammates, Alex, I doubt there's going to be too much fighting involved.
No, I think you're right there, and just worth pointing out we've lost Andrew for the moment. Hopefully he'll be back in a mode, but it's actually worth picking up on that. Burke's had such a great race. I mean, been able to stick with his teammate up there for pretty much all race, and yeah, good strong performance. Yeah, had Pete Newman himself not have obviously got involved in that accident, might well have had a sort of like 3 cars in the top 5 again, but yeah, Kat's now coming under a little bit of pressure. Just saw in the background there for 5th, but I think that's more just a case of Hunt just playing a bit of a wingman role for him, keeping him clear of Dave Baker there.
Of course, Stephen Burke, I thought he was going to go backwards at one point, having made a wonder move 3 wide going into Sheen Curve, and that really allows him to get up inside the top 5 and has pretty much stayed there ever since. 2 laps to go here at Brands Hatch on the Grand Prix circuit, race 2 of the night, and Ben Palmer just 1 second now behind behind Robert Plumley. Was half a second quicker than Plumley, in fact, so if he keeps at that pace, we could actually have a pretty close finish, and it's probably the closest battle we've got on track at the moment, really, that's not between teammates. So round up at the top 10 at the moment. Daniel Craft in 3rd, Stephen Burke 4th, Andreas Katz in 5th, Daniel Hunt in 6th, David Baker 7th.
There is a good battle just out there at the moment. Laura Bond just having a little look on Flanagan, going one way, checking the other, trying to work her way through, up down the back straight now. She's going to get a good run. I'm not sure she's quite going to be close enough this time to make a move though.
Yeah, you've really got to be alongside the car, or possibly touching their rear bumper if you want to have a chance of getting the move done into Hawthorns. It's so hard to get the move done. Laura Bond trying to line up Flanagan though through through Hawthorns and into Westfield Bend, just not close enough once again. And the battle for 0.9 seconds. So I think Robert Plumley should have this all under control as he's coming around to take the white flag, and he should be able to take, I think, his 2nd win of the season. I'll have to check up on that. But Robert Plumley, another win for him. He took his first win a few races ago back at Summit Point, I do believe. So
it's not over yet. Let's not commentate cursing. We've got a little bit of traffic further ahead as well. Only takes a little moment, and he's gone a little bit deep there as well, so that's going to cost him a little bit of time. That 9/10 of a second is already down to half, so the pressure that Plumley's on now really starts to mount up as he goes wide once again. He's just using all the track and a little bit more, and all of a sudden Ben Palmer's really starting to put the pressure in now.
Yeah, I've just checked up on that stat. He's only won once this season, so this would be a 2nd win if he took the checkered flag, but it's now anyone's guess. 0.2 of a second between Plumley and Palmer. Maybe Plumley's tyres have gone off or something, because he's under immense pressure defending the inside line as we head into Hawthorns Bend, and he's going to be slow on the exit. That's going to allow Ben Palmer to surely have an advantage. How do they not hit each other? This is really cursed the commentator here. Everybody's probably saying the lap will go. It looked like he should be able to take the win. Well, it doesn't look like that now as we head into Sheen Curve. Robert Plumley defending the inside line. He needs to get back onto that racing line now, otherwise he's going to be super slow through Sheen Curve into Stirling's Bend. Oh, he has a look, Ben Palmer into the penultimate corner now, and it's all about the run into clearways. Robert Plumley, is he going to defend the inside line? Yes, he does. He runs back to the racing line, and Ben Palmer once again doesn't have a look down the inside. It's all about the run through the final corner, which Ben Palmer, I don't think, has got a good enough run. So the checkered flag is out, and race 29 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship will go to Robert Plumley, his 2nd win of the season. Great fight on the final lap, Alex, but Ben Palmer just couldn't get it done.
No, it looked like, I think he, I'm not quite sure what Rob did there. He certainly made that a lot harder than it needed to be, and in the end I think he'll actually just be delighted that he held on to take his 2nd victory of the season.
Andrew Woodhouse, I don't know if you were watching that final lap, but that was pretty close in the end. And we haven't got him still, so Daniel Craft finished in 3rd, Stephen Burke came across the line in 4th, Andreas Katz, the champion for Season 8 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship. He's done it, he's taken the crown away from David Baker, and it's his 2nd title. Daniel Hunt finished in 6th, David Baker 7th, Russell Layla in 8th, Ashley Blake Hood in 9th, Kev Noon in 10th, and then rounding out the top 20, it's Jim Flanagan in 11th, Laura Bond in 12th after having that great battle with Flanagan in the final few laps, Ella Stevens in 13th after starting 27th on the grid, Steve Hefford in 14th, Robert Fagg 15th, Dan Blake 16th, Paul Smith 17th, Stelian Chepelewski after starting 11th finished in 18th, and then rounding out the top 20, it's Steve Richardson and Alex Walensky, who continues to have an awful night of racing.
Just keeping an eye on Katz here. He has wrapped the championship up now. We obviously didn't see him across the line, but yeah, just want to congratulate him. We weren't able to big it up as it was such a great battle at the front there. But yeah, he's just parked up onto the left there. I'm not sure quite what he's doing. Maybe we'll check back in. But yeah, season 8 champion there. Just taking it easy, getting his way back to the pits.
I don't know whether we're able to have a quick word with him at this stage, or since he's still on the racetrack, I don't know.
Let's grab him. I see he's up there.
Andreas Katz joins us in the commentary box. Congratulations, Andreas, you are the Season 8 champion. Another championship to add to your roster, your second title.
Hi guys.
Well done on a fantastic drive. You took the win in race 1 and you managed to fight your way through to a 5th place in race 2. A great drive so far. What can you do in race 3?
The same than this race, I hope. I do my best.
Of course, the championship's all wrapped up now, Andres. You must be delighted to have gained your second title, especially leading into next season's Pro Series.
I'm looking forward to it very much, and I enjoy this season very much. And am I the leader now? Did I win already? I did not count the points. You have to tell me.
Yeah, you've done it. You're the champion, mate.
Yeah! Yes! Yeah! Fantastic, really.
Yeah, congratulations. Well, we're not going to keep you up here too long. You go get ready for the final race. Enjoy that one. You can take it nice and easy knowing that you're already the champion.
Thank you very much, and I need this because I'm already wet now from these 2 races. It was very exciting, and I'm speechless, really. Nice championship.
Congratulations, buddy. We'll catch up with you later.
Okay, thank you. See you, bye.
Andreas Katz joining there. That's a good reaction, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely genuine there. I think didn't know that he'd won it, so just yeah, points all locked in now and confirmed. I'm just going to see actually just before we go off air or bring the dice up, whether or not the points have been updated. So it might be a bit hasty here to do that.
Yeah, the points still yet to be updated.
Yet.
No. And Andrew's back. Andrew, did
Hello.
you see the final lap of the race?
No, I didn't. Unfortunately, my internet went on the blink. But that's his fourth. That's he's won 4 times this season. Been on the podium over 10 times. Finished in the top 10 20 times out of 29 starts, and in a series that's so occasionally violent and unpredictable. I think that's brilliant, Adam. To be honest.
Yes, it is. So, time for the reverse grid dice. 15 to 20, as always. Robert Fagg 15th, Dan Blake 16th, Paul Smith 17th, Stelian Chepelewski 18th, Steve Richardson 19th, and in 20th is Alex Malensky. So his evening could turn on its head if he gets a 20 rolled by Alex Simpson. So over to you, Alex.
Yep, let's go through our usual dummy rolls. Those are the 3 out of the way, and the pole sitter is going to be 16th again. Just a magic number today.
Dan Blake. So Dan Blake on pole position, Robert Fagg alongside him, and I think that could throw up a whole load of different winners for race 3. Andrew, we've got so many cars in and around that region of the pack, the likes of Stevens, Bond, Flanagan, and even Ashley Blake Hood. So the Pro-Am Championship is still all to fight for.
Yeah, and Ashley Blake Hood, he needs to have a good race here, and we made it all the more difficult for him. The fact that he's got a very, very hungry and feisty Robert Plumley.
109 points now between Ashley Blake Hood and Robert Plumley after 29 races. So
well, that's over then, isn't it?
Yeah, so it can't be done. It's that's it, wrapped up as well for Ashley Blake Hood. We didn't pick up on that. Plumley did everything he absolutely needed to do, and actually, in the last few laps, Hood managed to get himself inside the top 10 really, and that's what locked in his championship as well. So, wonder if we can actually grab him for a quick chat as well. There he is up there. Let's bring down our ES trophy winner.
Ashley Blake Hood joins us in the commentary box. Congratulations, you are the Pro-Am champion for Season 8 of the BSRTC.
I was just looking at the standings thinking that it would go down to the last race, but if that's true, then yay.
Your first season in the BSRTC as well. Did you plan on it being that successful?
Honestly, when I came into it, I had no idea how I'd be in the car. I had no idea what the championship was about, and I had no idea who I'd be racing against. So I honestly thought I would be learning the whole way through, not winning a championship at the end of it. Plumley put up an absolute cracker of a battle all season, though.
Race 3, you're starting in around the front of the pack, nearly at the front. 16 cars reversed in. You finished in. As I look at my time screen, you finished in 9th. So, could you set your sights on possibly taking a victory in race 3? Anything could happen.
Well, now I know I've secured the championship. It's elbows out and time to go, I think.
That's what we like to hear. Congratulations on taking the Pro-Am champion, Ashley, and we'll see you on the track in race 3.
Thank you very much, guys. It's been great all season.
So we do have the updated Teams Championship statistics, boys, and there is 142 points only between Pete Newman Media and Lugnuts Racing, so definitely still all to play for there.
Yeah, that's going to be very tasty, and yeah, just how it looked for a moment with Pete Newman Media. Actually, they in that last race, it looked like they could catch a whole clutch of points up, but it just all sort of fell away halfway through that race. But yeah, Lugnuts are looking sort of pretty strong, but they didn't have the best of races that last one as well. So just sitting where some of their drivers were, Walker's outside the reverse. Janowski, was he outside? Yes, he was as well. So they've got, and so it was.
Yeah, because
I don't think
Pete Newman have got 2 cars inside the top 20 that they can use in the final race, and Lugnuts, they've got Baker. And they've got Smith and Walker outside the top 20. So they've got more. I think Lugnuts have got more cars at their disposal, really, as they've got Field and Newman languishing down in 29th and 30th. So anything could happen. It is race 3, and as we've seen throughout the many seasons that we've been covering the BSRTC now, race 3 is usually the most chaotic, and it is the final round of the season as well. So the Teams Championship, even though it's 142 points separating Lugnuts and Pete Newman Media, it could all still change.
Yeah, I hope everyone's respectful of the Teams Championship battle and gives us as good a performance as we have had in the first 2 races. And, you know, we're about to get to that, so we'll leave you now for this broadcast. And then coming up to the next one in just about 10-15 minutes' time, we'll see you very shortly on BSR TV.